I just want to just state for the record that what did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot that went all across the city of Los Angeles after a verdict in the Rodney King case.
I mean, they're not just peaceful protesters. Well, these are illegals. These are exactly why the president is trying to secure our border.
All right. Well, carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. And I just want to be clear.
I just want to be flag while you're attacking law enforcement. Well, it's pretty bad.
That's a different question.
CNN host Dana Bash is going out of her way to claim that things like arson, Molotov cocktails, and foreign flags during attacks on police don't count as real riots. That might sound like a joke, unless you live in Los Angeles, where even talking about law and order is considered controversial. Welcome to news. I'm Jordan. It looks like the mainstream media, especially the parts that support the Democrats, is trying hard to make people forget about another wave of violence from the political left. Instead of honest reporting, they're misleading Americans while cities are literally burning. It's especially strange since the left has recently been trying to hide its violent history and pretend it's not responsible for any of this. Here's Dana Bash awkwardly trying to defend rioters, while Senator Mullen calls her out for it.
In fact, the president hasn't unilaterally federalized the National Guard since LBJ sent troops to Alabama in 1965 to protect civil rights marchers. That's according to the Brennan Center. So my question for you is, why does this situation justify the president bypassing California's governor entirely?
Well, you got two issues here. You have a very weak, lawless, bleeding governor and Governor Newsom, who's not enforcing the nation's laws. And then you had a Biden administration for the last 4 years that didn't enforce our immigration laws, which is why we need to pass this one big, beautiful bill so we can secure our border and focus on getting these illegals out of the country. Regardless of what they may be doing right now, they entered the country illegally, and therefore they are illegal and they are criminals and they need to be deported. And I don't know why a governor would want to try to protect illegal activity inside his state. And the president has made it very clear. If the governor or the mayor of the city isn't willing to protect the citizens of his state or the city, then the president will. The American people elected him to restore the law and order back to our streets, and that's why murders are down. That's why people are optimistic today about the future of our country.
Senator, the LA County Police say that they have it under control. And Governor Newsom says sending National Guard.
Right?
Governor Newsom says that the National Guard, at least sending them, is purposely inflaming and will only escalate tensions there.
This is just like what happened in 2020. The mainstream media is once again calling violent events peaceful, even while showing video that proves otherwise. ICE agents are being attacked, cars are burning in the streets, and the media is trying to make it seem like a peaceful gathering with people waving flags. Dana Bash even tries to say that waving a foreign flag while attacking police is just harmless symbolism, which is pretty insulting. Senator Mullen is right, and the video shows it clearly. This isn't a protest, it's a riot. While President Trump sends in the National Guard to bring back order, CNN is more worried about how things look on TV. This kind of biased reporting is why people are losing trust in the mainstream media. They always seem to defend Democrats and their activist groups. Here's Senator Mullen explaining how this kind of chaos shows we need real border security, not more weak leadership like Governor Newsom's.
Well, words are cheap, especially when you got video. And so you asked me, did it look like it was or I'll ask you, did it look like it was under control? It doesn't. It is absolutely not in control. You saw rioters throwing rocks, throwing fireworks, being extremely aggressive towards not just federal agents, but even the county and the local PD that was there. So does it look like it's under control? Absolutely not. The difference between what you're seeing during the riots back in, 96? I forget what year
92.
that was, to what we are today, 92, to where we are today, is that the governor was actually working with the President of the United States. Now you have a governor that isn't. And once again, California became basically a sanctuary state, and the American people don't want that. And that's why President Trump is pushing really hard for us to pass this bill, because it will secure the border and we can start deporting these illegals. I mean, Think about this. They were literally out there protesting, carrying a foreign flag. That is absolutely insane.
This is a situation where the LA County Police,
Dana,
it's not good, but they're saying that they have it under control, and the president is sending national troops,
Dana,
federal troops, in a way that
we can look at
hasn't
this
been
and
done
we can
in a long
obviously
time.
see that it is not under control. It's not under control. You and I both can see that. It's not under control. And a riot is a riot. They're throwing all types of objects at law enforcement, and the president is absolutely right. I can't say this enough. This is why the American people elected President Trump, because we are moving in the right direction, and we are laser focused on continuing to do that, and that is why we want to pass this big piece of legislation that is going to move the American people even farther down the track and getting us back on track and getting us away from the disastrous policies of the Biden administration.
Senator Mullen is absolutely right. This is what happens when the border is left wide open and leaders support lawbreakers instead of law enforcement. When illegal immigrants are setting cars on fire in broad daylight, it's not a protest. It's a serious warning. People on the left said Trump's immigration policies were cruel. But what's really cruel is allowing American cities to turn into dangerous war zones. This is what happens when leaders care more about sanctuary status and woke politics than keeping the public safe. Trump calling in the National Guard isn't extreme. It's leadership. Meanwhile, California Governor Gavin Newsom is complaining about government overreach, even while IC agents are being attacked with fireworks and rocks. He's the same governor who mishandled things in 2020 and is making the same mistakes again. Even CNN is now showing why more voters are starting to support Trump on this issue.
Donald Trump, the president, picking a fight on this, and to an extent, you see Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, a Democrat, and the California Governor Gavin Newsom pushing back. So what do voters see in terms of their perceptions of Republicans, the president, or Democrats, say Gavin Newsom, on this issue?
Yeah, the American electorate believe that the Democrats don't have a clue on the issue of immigration. I mean, you could just take it here. Closer to trust more in immigration, Democrats versus Republicans. Got 3 different polls for you across the board. They all tell the same story. Republicans lead on the issue of immigration. You see it here, CBS +6. You see it here, CNN +6. You see it here, Ipsos, even bigger, +19. No matter what poll you look at, no matter which way you cut it, the American public is with the Republicans, the American public is with Donald Trump, and to a much greater extent than they were in term number 1. And it's not just on the broad issue of immigration, it's on the specifics as well, in which the American public is with Donald Trump and the Republicans, and that is why Donald Trump is eager to take on this fight and eager for those scenes at a...
You can really see that this is driving people on the left crazy. It's not just that Trump is taking the lead on law and order. It's that more Americans are supporting him now, even more than in 2016. Even the political commentators on CNN are being forced to admit it. No matter how you look at it, voters trust Trump and the Republicans more when it comes to immigration and crime. That's what scares the political establishment. For years, they've tried to make chaos seem like compassion, open borders seem like progress, and violent mobs seem like victims. But people aren't buying it anymore. The numbers speak for themselves. As political strategist Jennings says, this is an 80-20 issue, and Democrats keep ending up on the wrong side. The more they defend lawlessness, the more support they lose from average voters. People want peace, safety, and a country that protects its own citizens. Trump understands that. Newsom doesn't, and neither does Dana Bash. What do you think? Should the media be held responsible for covering up riots and making excuses for violence? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. This has been